Hey, what's up? It's Luke. You're gonna learn by the end of this video how to quit your worst habits without even thinking about it. In fact, this is how I managed to quit coffee accidentally. So the first thing to know about bad habits is that it's a deal with the devil. They have this special structure, which is they give you something positive that seems positive on the front end, but then they take more on the back end. So for me, it was drinking coffee, which gives me energy in the moment. It gives me a caffeine high, but then I'm anxious, I'm more tired, I'm more irritable, and have lower energy afterwards. So maybe it's not coffee for you. Maybe that's watching Netflix and binging on Netflix too much. Maybe that's smoking. Maybe that's partying too much on the weekends. Maybe that's escapism in other forms, or whatever you do to procrastinate. You're the expert of that in your own life for sure. For me, what I felt coffee gave me was more control over my life. I felt it gave me more control over my energy levels. If I was up late the night before, I could get up in the morning and, coffee would help me wake up. But what ended up happening is that it took away all the control I had over myself. It took away my energy. Now, you might be like me. You might indulge in your bad habit. Let's say it's watching Netflix or it's drinking coffee. And what it does is it starts to make you feel even worse. So maybe you've just gone through a Netflix binge and you're even a little bit more anxious about the work that you have to do or something that you want to do. And so what do? You procrastinate even more. You find something else. Maybe it's snacking. Maybe it's, I love eating chips. That's definitely my vice. Maybe it's going on your phone. Maybe it's talking to friends. Maybe it's partying. Maybe it's any of these other kind of like psychological addictions that people easily get these days. Now, I'm going to tell you how I accidentally managed to quit coffee despite being a regular drinker for 6 years? Consistently drank coffee. It became so ingrained into my brain, it was insane. Now, here's the thing. A few years ago, I started meditating. In fact, I did a particular kind of meditation called mindfulness meditation. And this is the key. What mindfulness meditation did was bring attention to how I'm feeling in my body at any particular moment. So the meditation might take you through a body scan where you're feeling the different body parts and you're going down, and you might notice, oh, whoa, I'm actually feeling some tension in my chest. What is that? Oh, I'm actually feeling nervous for this thing I have coming up this weekend, this job interview, or this presentation I need to give, or something with a tough conversation I need to have with a friend or family member. You might feel that and you're like, oh yeah, I guess I am feeling that way right now. Because often we're stuck in our head and we're looping in our thinking and we don't really feel how we're feeling in the moment. Especially when we're doing the bad habits, we're often totally lost in our head and we're trying to just escape from how we feel in our body in the moment. So you might double up on things. Maybe you're not just watching Netflix, you're watching Netflix while being on your phone, while eating snacks, and triple, quadruple tasking with something else. Maybe you're doing all those things with your laptop open in another tab, thinking that you're gonna actually get some work done. But if you're being honest, you're not gonna do that. And if you're being honest, how many times did you have to rewind your Netflix the last time that you were binging a show? Be honest. Right? So what mindfulness did was it brought attention to the feeling in my body. And when I started having coffee, I really actually felt the effects of the coffee. I felt how it made my hands shaky. I felt how my posture would change. I felt how it would make me more irritable. I really felt in detail all the things and all the effects that it had on me, all the anxiety. And also I felt when I wasn't feeling that way, I could relax, I could feel peaceful, I could feel grounded, and I felt how I kind of got stuck into my head, everything felt lighter. It's hard to describe it almost, the feeling of caffeine and its effect on me, but I really felt it, and that's the key. Through meditation, I really felt the effects of drinking coffee. And so an amazing moment happened last summer. I remember I woke up, I moved back in with my parents because of COVID, and I'd gone to the kitchen. We have a coffee maker there, or they have a coffee maker there. I'm not living at home anymore, but so I see the coffee maker on the counter and I think, do I want to make a coffee? Like I usually do. Had been doing it the entire summer. And I just looked at it and I said, no. I know how I'm going to feel if I have that. Why would I make the coffee? And so I didn't make a coffee. It was just easy decision like that, went through my day. 2 months later, I think back, I'm like, wait a second. I haven't had a coffee in 2 months. What the fuck? That's crazy. I've been drinking coffee consistently for years, and somehow I didn't even notice that I had quit it. And the reason why is because in that moment, in any moment that you have where you can choose to either do the bad habit or not do the bad habit, if in that moment you're in tune with your body, you can feel your body, you've practiced mindfulness, and you know how it's going to make you feel, and you really feel that, and you've really felt it before, then it's a lot easier to say no. See, if you aren't in tune, if you haven't totally felt the effects fully of these bad habits that they've had on you, it's very, very hard to say no, because that dopamine spike in the moment of watching the Netflix, of eating the snack, of drinking the coffee, whatever your habit happens to be, it's going to be really, really hard to say no to that. If the decision in your mind is like, oh, I get to feel good now versus, negative effects later, you're always going to lose that fight. You're always going to lose that question. But if you understand, if you can feel it in your body, if you're not just making the decision with your head, which is the part of you that will feel good, then it's much easier to say no. So if you've experienced anything similar to this, if you're dealing with a bad habit right now and you want to chat about it, just hit me up. Just comment below, message me below, DM me, whatever. I'd love to have a chat about that with anyone out there who's struggling with anything like this. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know. Thanks very much.